Okay, there's a North Star, and we're always pointed at the North Star. And one day somebody down here goes, hey, how come I can see the North Star? And they go, oh, don't worry. So they tilted this thing, right? And they go, that's why, because when it's over here, they can see it. So they got this thing tilted, but they didn't move the equator. You see this line? They left the equator while they tilted it. That's so funny to me because, of course, the equator would be at the same angle of this.
You
So
still hear breathing there, flat Earth women? Maybe I was breathing into the mic, I guess.
0.66 degrees, 6,000 miles.
Oh, shoot.
Numerology people have a good time with this stuff.
Look, he's got a good crowd there now.
No. That they found symbolism and
See that, Sean? People are looking to wake up. They smell the truth. People are naturally attracted to the truth.
They can't. They say they can't do it today. Yeah, they go in the world.
A small amount of people.
Is what they say. Low Earth orbit would be at 300 miles. So, for instance, you see the space station shots of the Earth. So when you're looking, it looks like it's like real close to you, like that. You know, they're 300 miles away. When you measure 300 miles, it's not that far. So they're not out
So
here.
you're saying there's not in orbit they can take pictures of the Earth?
Definitely not. That's the whole problem. They can't even survive the materials they make that stuff out of. Can't even survive the temperature that they say are out there. They say that stuff is moving 17,000 miles an hour and 22,000 miles out. That's what they say. There's no pictures of satellites.
How fast does a bullet travel?
That's so meaningful to me. There's a TV satellite is what they call geostationary orbit. It don't move. It's right there where these dishes point. Show me.
Tyler, those are fighting words, Tyler.
Show me your TV satellite.
So you think this is what it looks like?
It looks like we're on a vast ice plane. And to me,
I'm with you, flat Earth data.
Because you got your other civilizations just across the ice now. You don't need the infinity of space. And when you think about the brevity of, let's say, a UFO encounter, imagine how much fuel you need to start trekking across the ice. Thousands of miles. You got to get back. So without fuel, without enough food, how far can you really travel?
ADR, that's hilarious.
We only had engines in this century, really, 150 years. So we can't even go far enough to discover our fucking natives left and right, much less this bullshit about going to space. It's bullshit.
Nobody's ever been there.
Absolutely. There's a fantastic treaty even called the Antarctic Treaty. It's been over 60 years. They don't let anyone explore.
Antarctica?
Absolutely.
They don't let anybody explore.
You guys are killing me.
No.
That's false. My friend's a physicist who explores Antarctica.
Well, certain scientists are allowed.
You just told me nobody is allowed to
That's
explore.
that's not exploration. That's
Research is exploration.
I hear you, and you will find that there's 4 or 5 stations that are manned all the time.
Okay, so then they are allowed to explore Antarctica.
Oh my God.
To an extent.
To an extent, yeah.
Okay,
We don't
so
need
then
to. Yeah, but there's a treaty that prevents it from being mined. There's an unusual treaty.
I'm going to move my mic.
Beyond wars. In other words, people
No more
fight
breathing.
wars, but they're not fighting over. They're not fighting. It's an unclaimed
So
territory.
then why not
Nobody
let
cares
anybody
about.
go that far?
Why not?
Yeah, what's the point of the treaty? What are they holding? What are they holding behind?
You're going to find like it's more like a Truman Show. They were in a building. Imagine going to a planetarium.
Why? Isn't it more effort to tell and convince everybody that the Earth is round instead of letting them all explore or figure out how far we go on this flat Earth?
So your question is why?
Yeah, why do you think that they're trying to convince us that the world is, or the Earth is round, and we're not allowed to explore? What's the purpose of the
They
treaty?
want us to think that we're nothing instead of a God creation, and that you're special and unlimited. They want us to feel very random.
Who?
The same they you asked about?
Okay, I was
For
thinking of your they. Who are you? Who's your they?
That's a pretty good question. That was an excellent question. I would say anyone unbiased, anyone that isn't indoctrinated so bad that they can't look at their own beliefs. So I represent a bunch of people that had to question their own beliefs and had to look at the globe. Could they prove a globe? That's where this starts. If we flip around and you come over here and I go over there,
Sure.
could you prove a globe? And the answer is without the NASA shots, no way. If you ask me in my little suit, it's because I'm actually going out with instruments and looking for the shape of the Earth.
But not as far as Antarctica, because you're bound by a treaty that they.
I'm also bound by my own
What's
instruments.
the name of the treaty?
Antarctic Treaty.
Antarctic Treaty? What is the name?
50, I mean, this is a real fascinating story. 57, they discovered something called the Van Allen belt in 1957. This is the radiation belt that keeps them from going to space now. But suddenly, it
like
wasn't.
1957?
Yeah.
This treaty started in 1957.
The discovery of the issues in space called the Van Allen belt that says humans can't get through the radiation. So whether it's radiation, glass, water, there seems to be a barrier. It was discovered in 57.
Hey guys, if you can, like and share this, anybody, so we can get more people on here. It'd be good to give them a little bit of exposure.
By 59, it was no longer images of the Air Force showing space and everything. It was now NASA, and NASA produced the globe model for us.
But who, I want to know who initiated the stop of people passing Antarctica? Because surely before 1957, there were people that were curious about going past.
What you want to look up is a man named Admiral Byrd. He was one of the youngest admirals ever in the U.S. Navy. He spent his whole life in the North and South Poles, and he absolutely said that there's more land beyond this area.
Okay.
And that he said that there's uranium and coal deposits and greenery past the ice.
Okay.
So he turned up dead, and that was the end of him. You know, but you can look him up, Admiral Byrd, and what he said about the areas that I'm talking about.
But I mean, John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt can say that the Earth is round, and then it's in the same. I mean, if you have a theory or something that you're trying to prove.
Do you know what they call gravity?
But I know who they is.
Gravity is in argument still with all of them. But gravity was first described as mass attracting mass.
Okay.
Although
sure.
we don't have any demonstrable model of anything attracting anything.
Your body attracted to the ground. What's the reason for it? Why is your feet touching the ground?
I'm heavier than the air, so I found a solid spot.
Okay, so is that gravity or is that mass attracting mass?
Ask her what gravity is.
No, you and I don't get close to each other and suddenly pull towards each other.
So then how are you, so you're saying gravity is a thing?
No,
what is gravity?
I'm trying to describe it. You've interrupted me twice as I was trying to tell you.
Okay, go ahead.
Is that
sorry.
the demonstration of gravity
Sure.
is preposterous. The description of gravity is ridiculous. Mass has never been demonstrated to attract mass. Never.
Okay.
With magnetism, we see it.
Sure.
With love, we see it.
Sure.
But there's no object of mass attracting another object of mass. When Einstein came around 100 years later, he attacked the problem differently. And because, of course, there was no demonstrable mass attracting mass. So when Einstein came around, he invented something called the bending of space-time. And this warping of something called space-time causes gravity in Einstein's theories. I just want you to know, space is nothing, and time is a human construct. So the bending of space, the hybrid of space-time, is just laughable. I mean, laughable. And that was trying to explain away that an object of mass does not attract an object of mass.
I can agree with
The
that.
demonstration of gravity is always like this.
Right.
Gravity! And they get real excited and everyone claps. The miracle of that demonstration is me and the potential energy of me lifting it to here.
The potential energy against what though?
Against?
Yes.
What do you
Because
mean against?
You're having to pull up against something, right? Or no?
Mass. In other words, mass and weight, however it's defined, does not mean gravity. The fact that this has weight.
Your arm pushes up against
It's
gas.
just that the miraculous thing was it getting up to here. Not that it found its way through the air and found a solid object.
But that's not the proof of gravity, though, right? When it's taught in physics, it's that you're pushing against gravity to bring this item up. Okay, sure.
But they never show. They never show because they don't show the lifting because they don't show that as a demonstration of gravity. That's why I tell you it's not gravity; it's a return
But if
of
I'm
the
the day
potential
right now
energy.
and I'm lifting it up and I'm telling
And
you
you
this is against gravity.
you created the potential energy that it
Sure.
returns when you lift
Yes.
up. So there's no gravity involved.
Then what brings it down? What brings the ball down?
It returned to its natural spot
Oh, everything.
because it's less dense than this medium. So it's denser than air, so it found a solid place to sit. The miracle was bringing it up here. Really, not that it found its way through the air. Density and buoyancy. Balloons float. The ball wants to float. You can't push it under the water. I just saw today a 100-pound anvil floating in mercury because it's a different medium. So when things float and sink, it doesn't mean that there was a miraculous force.
Well, but now you're
It means
talking
that there
about
was
it in
relative.
substance.
Yeah, there's relative density. It's not a miraculous force. There's no force involved. Some things float, some things sink, and in relation to each other. Like oil, marbles in oil and things like that. So there is no gravity that comes into play.
You also say there's no space, right?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There's no evidence of it. I mean, they stick their finger in their mouth so often when they talk about it. When
I come back, I'm going to ask you who they is. Whenever I come back, in a week or whatever.
Right,
Because I need to know who the they is.
But it's really NASA.
Before NASA. Because we thought about it before NASA.
Before NASA. The Romans? I mean, I don't know who's in charge. You know what I mean? The Masons at some point are really part of the story. Freemasons know stuff. They know stuff. So when it comes to keeping secrets from us, it goes way back to the 1500s at least. 1600s. It's just amazing, though, with people like they say...
That dude's been standing there for like 20 minutes. He's sucking it up. He's listening.
To come back. You only have to go around the block. Going around the block is not going out of the earth. And then people really want to take that and then put it back up in space. And I'm like, no, we're just a melted spot in a vast ice plain. Because when I go to explain this, we keep wanting to put it back up there, I don't think there is an up there or an out there. I think there's an over here and an over there that's been undiscovered.
Anybody who wants to...
Stuff millions of miles away.
If anybody wants to join the Google Hangout panel here with me, just send me an email at david@zoomtruth.com.
They don't go to the moon now. And
I'll send you a link.
The excuses include that we found that those spacesuits are not tested in a vacuum. They're tested in a swimming pool. That's the opposite pressure. And we went to the manufacturers. We said, how is this designed? How can this work? And we start looking at the real construction things and the distances and the imagery. It just doesn't match. NASA is just literally giving you a Disney show, and the program is a TV. It's literally a TV program.
So just as you're claiming that they can't prove that it's round, you technically don't have proof that it's flat. Is that right?
I have I have strong evidence. I try not to say proof or believe. I have strong evidence. I don't live on a globe that you and I can go. For instance,
then that means it can be proven wrong, right? That if this, then that piece of statement for anything or any theory or anything has to be proven. So if you're claiming that you can't prove that the Earth, or that we can't prove that the Earth is round, then how can you prove?
You're right. So it seems that you and I have a job to do. Is to prove where we live. And I'm here to show you that you should come with us to the Salton Sea on January 10th, and you should see that you can see further than that. This is, by the way, a math issue. Because if you take their math on a 25,000-mile ball, you cannot see very far because there should be a curvature.
All the math that they've used has theories, has theorems, has postulates that have all been proven.
Math doesn't do that. Other stuff does, yeah, but math doesn't do that.
Math doesn't
Math
do
is
that.
rock
1
solid.
plus 1 is 2.
Or 11, depending on who you're talking to.
Oh, okay. So, I don't know. Now I can't even follow anymore. If you think 1 plus 1 is 11.
I don't. I'm just trying to tell you that math doesn't change. I got an issue with basic math. If we live on a ball the size that they say, then I should be able to measure the curvature of the Earth within 3 to 10 miles, because it begins at 3 miles and it starts getting very dramatic, over 8 inches per mile dropping. So when you get to 4, 5, 6, 7, it's something you can see with your eyes. It's something you can see. I thought this was interesting. It says here, when you're looking at the sun coming up or going down, that on a ball.
I like that one. That's what it looks like. I did that experiment.
Off the top. And if you see the way the sun rises, it shines directly across the entire length of the water. And the fact that this image here, or just, can we just talk about the ocean? You've seen it. The stuff is flat. It's a horizontal horizon.
But if you're watching a boat in the ocean, go away from where you're at.
Who told you that?
I'm making a statement.
I know.
If you're watching a boat in the ocean and you watch it go away, it disappears. Does it not? Or can you see the boat as long as you can just keep looking at the boat?
Today we have cameras that can correct your abilities and bring it much closer. And in fact, we don't see it disappearing from the bottom up as we thought. It's really, that's atmospheric conditions that are combining. So atmospheric conditions change. The curvature is always going to be at the same distance.
You told me there is no curvature because we're flat.
I'm saying mathematically, the blockage should be at the same spot. But what we find is atmospheric conditions change. What you got?
Google the camera. Zoom in on the Earth.
Come closer.
I said, Google Earth, the cameras from space.
We can zoom in space.
Yeah, but the camera zooming in on space like anywhere in the world.
But the Google Earth is actually made from airplanes, not from satellites.
But you said there weren't. You don't believe that there's satellites.
I just told you it's made from airplanes, not satellites. He's asking about satellite imagery. I'm telling him.
When you zoom all the way out, it goes out of
Ann's Eyes on Truth has joined us. Hey, Ann's. Thanks, everyone. Rich Flat, Isaiah, Tyler, Aaron, Sean Hawkins,
Photographs.
Bob 7333, Sam Cam,
Well, I mean,
everybody.
when I show you the different images of the Earth that they've taken over the years, and you see the inconsistencies.
One more question.
Yeah.
If you take a boat and you go straight so, you wouldn't come back on that side? If you take a boat.
Straight.
No, you go like that. Will you come back on that side?
No. Like Pac-Man.
So if
They call that
if you go so
Pac-Man.
you will lose, right?
They call it Pac-Man.
What you're saying, if you go on the boat that way, what happens?
What happens? You must come back that side because.
There's a
With
treaty
this-
that we haven't learned about. Yeah.
Okay, so when we go so on the boat, we will just
So
stop.
you just go, where you going to?
Where you going to? You will stop.
Absolutely. I mean, I can show you pictures. Can you look at this one?
So planes are fake. So plane is fake. Plane is fake. Like I didn't come and pick up your lyrics. You ever
Where did you come from?
Dominica? Far.
Okay, so I just want you to know that if you really flew an airplane, here's us,
I took a
people,
plane.
right?
I took a
Okay,
plane to come here.
and you flew from here to here. You understand that you would be upside down? So let's say you're a pilot and we're going 500 miles an hour.
Yeah.
You would have to drive down to stay on the earth. But they fly level. Have you all flown? It levels out.
How you know it's
The earth is moving. There's no evidence of that. They say the earth is moving. Correct. If the earth was moving, then the flight from here and the flight from here would be a different time. If you flew to New York in a 500-mile-an-hour airplane and the Earth was moving at 700 miles an hour, you would never get to New York. Never. Magnetic what? Wait, you just had me talking about speeds of rotation. You switched to magnetism.
But they both go each other together.
For the record, the speed in the air is not speed on the ground. Speed in the air is not equivalent to ground speed.
They say it is.
No, it's absolutely not.
I agree.
I can
But they say it is.
It's not.
But I agree with you.
They, you're saying they who you don't know is them.
But it's the same people that are explaining what I'm saying. For instance, the flight to New York versus the flight here should be dramatically different because it's spinning at over 700 miles an hour. Like I said, you'd never catch New York. They say that the air and everything is moving together. That's what they say. That the atmosphere is moving at the same speed. The crazy thing about that is that the speed here is 1,000 miles an hour. But when you are an atmosphere out here, to keep up with this spot out here as it spins, you'd have to be going 17,000 miles an hour to keep up in a different axis, in a wider axis. So it's comical what they have us believing. And the story is something they call the Coriolis effect. They say it's what affects everything because it's moving.
So if we determine that they is NASA for that,
No, NASA's been basically hired as the photographers for the imagery. We were brought up on some imagery. Everyone loves NASA and space. But we were brought up to believe it was awesome. Star Wars, it's awesome. It's awesome, but it's fantasy. There's no evidence of any of the orbital mechanics that they talk about, what they call a three-body system, where this is moving around this, is moving around this. The speeds are incredible, yet the stars are always in the same place. You have to remember, with all that movement, the stars should never, ever be aligned. Even with this, they say this moves, but the North Star moves at the same time.
what about the sun and the moon and all that? Is that what this is right here?
Exactly, that's the big thing.
What's what? I'm trying to understand.
The sun is a little brighter than the moon in this case. It moves a little faster. The surprising thing about that, the sun measures the days, the moon measures the months, and the stars measure the years. So either that's fantastic or we formulated those things around that movement. But they're awesome timepiece, this Earth. It's an awesome timepiece.
So you're saying that the sun does move.
The sun,
The sun and the moon, they
on
do
my
move.
model,
Yeah, on your
absolutely,
model.
absolutely. The sun comes and goes, just like these lights look like they're dipping down into the horizon. Come look at these lights.
This is Dan the Water. This is Dan the Waterman, folks. Just so you know, I'm posting a link to his channel right now. Give him a sub if you don't mind. He has a secondary channel I'm going to post too.
I really can't
Is the
see.
sun round or is the sun flat? You don't know?
But imagine if you get the sun lower than 93 million miles away.